working, everybody. All right, let me get this thing going here. Turn all the mics on. This is the Yellow Dot Spotlight Show here at KXVS.org. Local community media station here. This is David Perry Molina, your host here for this evening, this afternoon. Whenever you rewatch this, it'll be day or night, so you can figure that one out. So tonight, we got we've got Pine and Palm, and they're gonna correct me every minute because I put the S at the end every time. You've been typing that out. Pines and Palm.
You got one, you got the other.
All right. All right. So when we play, definitely not so close to the mic, but when we talk, mic a little closer there. So we got the wine. So let's go ahead and do a mic check real quick.
Check. Check 1 2.
Check.
Check around.
Check. Hello. Me. You.
Check it.
All right. Check. Everybody out there ready at the same time? Check. Check it out, man.
Check it out.
All
It's all
right.
about.
So play that 3 times over and over. All right. So real quick, we'll just throw a song real quick, right? And we'll talk a little bit later because that's what we're here for, is the jams and the music. So here we go. Pine and Palm.
Oh my god, I forgot. Could I tune real
Okay, guys.
quick?
Yeah.
We can tune as we're playing. So this is the new song here. It's called Dia Tuna. Right, that's an old joke, right? That's an old one, right? So you can catch the Yellow Dot Spotlight show here at KXVS. You can catch some reruns there at the YouTube and then on Facebook, Yellow Dot Spotlight. Real quick, I also have a show across the street at the Warlows every Tuesdays, open mic night, and I feature bands here and there. So the Yellow Dot Spotlight is a few places, so go ahead and check it out on Facebook. So okay, we're ready. We're all tuned up and ready to jam.
Yep.
Thanks so much. Here we go. Pine and Palm.
This song's called Affection.
Hey, what a nice kickoff. Hey, that was great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I got my good foot on, you know. I had to keep dancing. I got my good foot. No. Right on. So, what's the title of that song again?
That song's called Affection, and it's from our first EP, The Drought Is Real.
Oh, nice. All right. That is cool. Can we get another one? Another song real quick?
Yeah.
All right. That's what we're here for tonight, for music.
Dakota,
We'll talk a little later.
okay?
A little music up front. Good?
Good. We'll play the title or the single off of our newest EP, Freshly Clean Kid. The song's called Dakota.
Soaking my shoulder, how can I not care? Wailing like a freshly cleaned kid, corroding in the river. Was it something I did, something I said, something I said? The night you were born, Mama's in the attic with her face on the floor. The night you were born, colder than the river were the knuckles of the devil on the door. Blessed under duress, I look for your body at the foot of my bed, and you're shaking like a leaf in the wind. Daddy's in his underwear in unbridled sin. We lost the leg and your heart, and an invisible part of ourselves in the war. He can't take anymore. The night you were born, holding in the river were the knuckles of the devil on the night I was born. The night you were born, colder than the river were the knuckles of
how we do it. Just like that. Quick silence. Everybody out there, you know it. I love that.
Thank you.
Awesome,
Thanks,
awesome. Cool. Real quick, the heavy-handed drummer. Dude's rocking it, right? He's rocking it. Right on, right on. So we'll get to know everybody here in a few minutes. So real quick, local band here in Stockton. For how long have you guys all been together here? Pines and Palm.
Tanner and I are
Pine and
brothers.
Palm.
Pine and Palm. I got the Lexic. I know. Sky's gonna
Singular.
hit me up for that one. I always do that. So and singular, right?
Tanner and I have been a band since we were kids, but we're brother and sister. But we started playing officially under the name Pine and Palm in early 2015. And
Something
then,
like that.
yeah,
I
and then
haven't keeping
we
track.
played the Battle of the Bands at UOP. That was the first show that we played, and it was just the two of us with a drum machine, with our guitars, and then we met Seth maybe 5 or 6 months later, and Seth at the time wanted to play bass for us. Well, we asked him to play bass for us. We had a drummer already lined up, but he wasn't working out, and you know how things go, and eventually he ended up on drums, and we have Miles on bass now and Brittany on keys, and Brittany actually produced our most recent EP.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird how everything just kind of lands in place.
Yeah.
You want to be somewhere, but where the universe puts you, it's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, we've tried to push have members in the band and try to make it work, but it never really gets made. You have to let it happen.
Let it happen.
There's got to be the charisma between all the, maybe not charisma, but chemistry. I think is what I mean. Yeah.
No, totally, exactly.
Yeah.
Little charisma never hurt anybody.
Yeah, that's too.
True though.
Plus 5 charisma. Right. So it's so cool to see. For me, some of the next generations coming up and playing in this town. I got to say I've been here for a long time, about 30 years playing and stuff, and sharing the music, and so spotlighting y'all here tonight is such a treat, and thank you for coming by. I've been chasing you down for a year. They finally answered my knock. I'm like, hello. I'm like, there's that dude guy, man. He gets everything backwards and puts S's everywhere.
No, thank you for having us. Yeah, thank you for being diligent and getting us on.
No worries. It's totally fun. So the two songs are from two different gatherings of songs.
The ones that we just played, yes.
Okay.
The first one was off our first EP, The Drought is Real, which we recorded just Tanner and I with another musician, and in Studio C here in Stockton. And then after we met Seth and we arranged the next 4 songs for the newest EP, Freshly Clean Kid, Seth played drums and bass on that EP, and we met Brittany, and she wanted to produce us. So everyone here is involved in the recordings except Miles, who we acquired to play live for us.
You gotta do your work.
A little bit.
Right.
I'm trying.
Right. It's fun because you give him all the stuff to carry. It's like, wait, one more thing. One more thing becomes 10. I got something.
The band pack mule.
Right on. So, real quick, producing. So, how is this what you do normally, or?
It's something that I went to school for, definitely. Oh, sorry.
That's right.
I went to school for it, and I was an audio instructor for a little bit, but I did it as a project, so it just ended up working out, and then I became the keys player, and it's great.
We were talking about the chemistry. We got in the studio, and Brittany was like, I love your guys' music, can I play it with you guys? And we were like, yeah.
And it's been like that ever since.
That's so nice. Especially when it's effortless. I mean, it's just, that takes so much stress off right there when it's just easy. You can kind of concentrate on the writing part of music. So you're kind of producing, you're singing and drums and stuff. So I can gather this is a gathering collaboration.
Absolutely.
And so what are some of the influences that people that you have that might into the
I'd say that we all
into the pot of gold of music.
We do talk about it a lot. I feel like there's so many influences, and that's good for us because we all are really communicative about sharing music and sharing inspiration, but I also feel like we don't have any one spot where we're like, oh, that's what we're going for. Mm-hmm. I feel like we're always drawing things from different places. That's why the chemistry does come in, because everybody comes from a different place with different backgrounds and different ideas and different music tastes, but we all kind of meet in the middle where Pine and Palm lays.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best thing, and stuff like that. So can I say Pixies?
Of course.
And influence, because I can hear Pixies
I think
influence
all
in
of us
there.
grew up listening to a lot of rock music of every
Great
genre.
bands.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we all grew up listening to Nirvana and Smashing Pumpkins
Yeah.
and like the Breeders and Hole and you know things like that. But
Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind, yeah, and then but
100%.
we all love music of all like decades and all genres.
Yeah,
So
that's what makes your guys sound new and fresh. I mean, kind of
Thank you.
a little familiar, but it's so new and fresh in the sounds and the harmonies and everything, you know.
Thank
Which
you.
dude.
is really cool. And real quick, my mind went off on this little memory that, real quick, back in the 90s, one of my favorite gigs that I got to go to was Jane's Addiction, Primus, and Pixies.
Oh,
Wow.
So all
that's
three of them.
right.
Right. I never want to leave that day in my mind ever.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
kidding.
I'm jealous. I could never see a bill like that in this lifetime.
We just got to keep, knocking on their door, saying, "Hey, yeah, keep playing, keep playing." So anyway, we got some of those influences, and we'll find out where the name came from after a couple more songs. Right? Was that good? Was that like a real commercial?
That
message?
was
Dude,
good.
you
That
gave
was
us
good.
such a cliffhanger.
We'll find out. That's
So
a great
good.
Stay tuned.
So hang on, that I always get it wrong because it is not the Palms and Pine, and it's not without an S.
Although I really
And
like
it's not-
Palms and Pine.
All right, so we get a couple more songs.
Pine and
Oh my
Palm.
gosh, this would be so awesome.
Thank you, JFK.
Yeah.
Oh, in the drums.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
He
it's
goes
rock,
wild.
but it's rocking.
He goes
though, man.
wild. Yeah.
Just going ham all the time.
This song is called "I Killed John F. Kennedy."
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
This isn't a time where I can't breathe. This isn't a time where you go without me.
love your dance moves.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we have someone dancing. You're like,
I mean, some of the perks of the show. I have a private concert right here, but not so private because we got hundreds and hundreds of people watching.
oh my gosh.
Well, by the end of the week, anyways. but
It's
music,
cumulative.
right? Music's so infectious, especially original music, and then your music's really awesome, man. It's
Thank you.
such a
Thanks,
blessing to
dude.
hear. And I got these little stereo headphones. I can't help but rocking out. You're all rocking out there, right? Go ahead and rewind it. Okay, we'll wait for a minute. Play it again. All right.
Rock
Fast forward. Right.
Here we are.
All
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Here we go. Song number 4. All right. So this will be song number 4.
We just have one more, so.
That's all right.
Do you want
You
to
want to do it right now?
Yeah, because we might be able to repeat another one. I don't know if you want. Sometimes we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because sometimes I like to
Maybe
surprise
we can.
improv
We can
stuff.
also just
so maybe we
wing it. Wing one, maybe.
Yeah. We have others we could try,
Yeah.
but. Okay.
We practiced.
No pressure.
All right.
It's the Yellow Dot Spotlight Show. Improv. Throw some stuff in. You know, we can do some air guitar or something.
Oh man.
I'll do some.
Air
Yeah, we can do
harmonica.
something, and we'll do a quick air guitar segment a little bit later on. So we'll do a quick.
Right on.
video effects on it too, where it goes.
That's right. Dustin. If Dustin's listening, we need some video effects and. Just kidding.
Yes, please. Yes, please. All right.
And Joseph, Joey. He's the guy behind the scene. Awesome guy. So the KXVS crew here, always working hard. We're working hard, and sometimes we're hardly working. So anyways, with all that being said, here's another song from Pine and Palm.
This song's called Look Into the Sun.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Tell me if we're not friends anymore. I haven't seen you. I've got the feeling you've changed so much more since the last time we spoke on the phone. There's gotta be more than this. Feel it when I look into the sun. Feel like you're uninvited. Would you just look into the sun? So what? Your life is not gonna change. You're so aggressive. Let me spell it all out. The world does not revolve around your mind. It's gotta be more than this. Feel it when I look into the sun. Do you feel like you're uninvited? Would you just look into the sun? Would you make comments with your best friend? Let the rain run down your face. I don't wanna stay here if it's a lecture. Can we just go back to your
Cool.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
I'm possibly sweaty.
Pine and palm, 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 pine and palm. And here we go. We have caller number 3. See? Just kind of trying to chime anybody in. Hang on a second. Hello? Oh no, is it? Okay, sounds good. Cool. Thanks for the outside help. Let me check this out. Looks like YouTube got a little frozen there.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So
YouTube, we're so sorry.
I know. So everybody, it's actually the mannequin challenge. So
You guys want to do?
yeah, let me figure this one out. So real quick, let me figure this out here.
What could we even do?
I don't know.
I know. Hang on 1 second. So anyways, my whole thought just got interrupted with that.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. So oh yeah, real quick. So how did Pine and Palm come about? As I figure this out, try to get this going.
Oh, the
Just
name
had
of the
name and
band?
everything. Yeah, the name of the band.
What? I don't know. I don't
You've heard
remember.
me explain it so many times. He never remembers though. It's
You never remember.
Dennis's sister, my boyfriend's sister, was
That's
driving
right, okay.
past the border between Southern California and Northern California, and there's like a tree. There's like really trees in the middle of the border of Southern and Northern California where there's a pine tree and a palm tree growing next to each other. It's like we liked the idea of the duality of Northern California and Southern California, being a Californian and having that be like you're into beaches and tanning and being fit and like being a celebrity in LA, but also being like a mountain man and a lumberjack in the woods in the north. We just loved the idea of having some kind of duality be our name because we have so much duality.
Yeah. In every human.
Yeah.
It's like the yin and yang.
Yeah.
Or the
It's
yang
like
and,
the yin and
I would
yang
say
between-
yang and yin.
Yeah.
Backwards, right?
Right. Between Tanner and I, and between the genres of music that we like to play, we love dynamics between like loud and soft, and anything that's contrasting is Pine and Palm.
Cool.
Right on.
Sorry for the quick pause.
No worries. We don't have any more
real
songs
quick-
to play anyway.
That's
so.
right. No. So real quick, what's happening? In order for me to refresh the YouTube, I have to go off and come back on. So I might do that,
okay.
but the Facebook is still going live.
Cool.
Okay.
So hey, no time like the present to try stuff out, right? So we're half live on Facebook. So real quick,
Wait, so this is Facebook exclusive content?
Facebook and YouTube and what else did we sign to sell out? So okay, well I hate to shut the YouTube off because then it splits the show up. So we did kind of rock it out. So sorry everybody out there, it's kind of still frame. So what I would have to do again is shut everything down, refresh it.
If it worked for Facebook, we're good because everybody who was watching us was on Facebook.
yeah, and sorry Joey.
Yeah.
he gets. Joey is such a great guy behind the scenes. Man, he's got one of the toughest jobs. He filters every single videos here daily, nonstop, all week.
Wow.
The guy's
Really?
got a tremendous amount of thing. And when I do stuff like this, when I forget to refresh, oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So, real quick, well, thanks so much for coming by, and then we'll do this again. I like
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
we'd
bringing
love to
people
come
back.
back.
Maybe like towards the fall time. We'll see what happens over the spring and
we're
summer and
actually
everything.
going on tour in June, from June 10th to 21st. So maybe we could come back before that.
Really quickly,
Oh, yeah, that'd be
can we
great.
plug something really quick?
Oh, of course. Yeah,
So
all the time.
February 23rd, we are playing with North Shore at the Boardwalk in Orangevale, beautiful Orangevale, California.
Love that
So you should
place.
come see us.
Yeah.
The boardwalk.
Friday
yeah,
night,
Boardwalk
February
rocks.
23rd. Hit up our Instagram for tickets.
Wow.
And our
There you
Instagram
go.
handle is @pine_and/palm.
There it is.
Pine or palm. I get a choice now.
Palms and or pines.
I want to give a shout out to my mom
Hi, Crystal.
and my boyfriend
Hi, Raylan.
and everybody at my house.
I'd like to
Thank you,
I'd also like to give a shout out to my boyfriend and to my mom and my dog.
And a shout out to my wife and my daughter and my mom.
Oh yeah. Any more dogs
I don't
we
care
should
about
be
anybody.
shouting?
Shout out to Tony Iommi. I owe that guy everything.
Oh yeah, we forgot the air guitar, but nobody's gonna see us. Dang it. We'll do that next time. We'll say it right. Tell me, Iommi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, this is the Yellow Dot Spotlight Show here at KXVS.org. Check it out. You can find me out there. Hey, every Tuesdays, The Yellow Dot Spotlight show is over at the Warlows, doing open mic and jam sessions and stuff like that. So stop on by, say hello, stop on by. So, okay, we're out of here. Let me see if I can shut everything down. Thanks for being so patient. Hey, thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you.
This was so awesome. And real
Thank you.
quick, thank you to your family for a lot of the memories and through the years of the corner house. I won't say the address and where they're at, so that way people won't see the relic of the memories in the museum. Anyways, I'm going overboard.
Thanks, Jimmy,
Thanks
in
so
the
much.
sky.
Thank you, Frank. All right, we're out of here.
Wow.
Cannabis. It's the stock. That's the section of the Stockton Municipal Code that goes over cannabis. And it's specifically what we're doing is medical cannabis until the state kind of figures it out. At that time, then we will draft our our regulation, our code, our ordinance for how that is going to happen. But right now, I mean, here it is. We're in November, and we still only have 2 operating dispensaries when we should have 4. Right. So and we could have 4 cultivation sites. We don't have any cultivation sites.
So now, now we heard about the dispensary that was going up over at the old UJ's. Is that one in operation already?
I don't know. I mean, okay. So after they're awarded the use permit, then they have to get a license, to sell.
Right.
So the use permit comes from the planning department, and the operator's license or operator's permit, that comes from the police department. So they have to go through a very strict background check. They have to have all of their security plans, be bonded, all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, everybody that's there has to go through training. So there are some strict rules that have to be adhered to in order to get the operator's permit. So the use permit runs with the land. Operator's permit runs with the person doing the business.
Now, what about you said that we also don't have any cultivation sites. So what is the process for somebody? Somebody heard that and they're thinking, "Hey, I got a green thumb."
Well, there's more involved in it than that. So we do have. We've had people who have applied to cultivate. You can have up to 20,000 square foot. It has to all be indoors, as I said earlier, just with the recreation. But the cultivation has to be indoors. So you have to find a place. It has to be in a special commercial industrial area that's zoned. And everything, if you're really interested in it, you need to contact the community development department.
All right.
So that is the building at just south of City Hall, in between City Hall and Wells Fargo Bank.
So the permits?
The annex, the permit center. So you would go there, or you can go online as well. It's the same application as the dispensary, except you check cultivation. You have to have your floor plan, you have to have your address, you have to have your processing, you have to have all that stuff, because you are taxed as a cultivator on the buds you grow.
Right.
So if you say that your plant only has 12 buds, but we find out it has 15, I mean, it's a monitored grow.
And so that's why square footage and all that matters, so they can gauge if the numbers look right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, but you said 6 plants. So any adult who wants to grow their own, they could grow 6 plants in their indoors if they follow the rules, and so they don't need any permit or anything like that. And they could already be doing that.
Yeah.
Wow. How cool.
Yeah. They can't sell it though.
That's for personal use.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then that's an important point that people got to understand. So it's legal to possess it. It's illegal to grow it for yourself, but it's not legal to sell it yet.
Right, and it's not legal to drive and smoke it.
Okay.
So just like alcohol, you can't drive down the street and be drinking, a beer.
Plus, that's distracted driving.
Yeah. You can't. I see people smoking all the time. Not weed, but I mean, I see them smoking cigarettes.
Yes.
And their dogs on their lap, and the kids screaming in the back, and oh shit. I mean, there's all kinds of distracted.
Eating a burrito.
Driving. Yes, but yeah, people.
The community development center, though, that's where they could pick up the information. That's also where they can pick up the necessary paperwork.
Right.
All right.
Absolutely. Cool. That's where they go.
Coolio. All right.
So some of the other things, I speaking of meetings, our Measure A, which is the 3/4 cent sales tax for public safety and to restore city services and help us get out of bankruptcy.
Right.
We're at 46, I think was the last count, 46 for this city, and it just breaks my heart each time, and I don't want the public to just become desensitized to it and say, oh, that's Stockton, and then what happened at the church yesterday,
right?
And Vegas, and I mean, I'm just sitting here and I'm wondering when people are going to say is enough, and I realize that guns don't fire themselves.
That's right.
But there should be a reasonable way that we can, discuss this and find solutions to this. Because, I mean, until it affects you personally, I mean, I have somebody in my neighborhood, a young couple with a newborn baby, that had somebody just banging on the door, knock, knock. Just they wanted in their house, and they wanted them to open the door. And the guy on this, he goes and he opens his door, and there's a guy there with a gun and a 2x4 at his door.
Wow.
And he's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's got his wife and baby, newborn baby in the house. And, he's freaking out. He's telling, you got to get out of here, dude. You can't be here. And he calls the police. And, he's got all these horrible things running through his head.
Right.
And the police have lots of calls. And,
right.
The guy hasn't done anything, yet. But he's still a threat. He
brandished a firearm.
Right. And so.
Imminent threat.
So, the police do get there, but the guy's already gone. But he just said, hey, I need to get a gun to protect my family.
Right.
What if that guy had come in to our home and
exactly.
tried to harm my wife and my baby? I mean, I'm gonna defend them.
I mean, we all wish we wouldn't have to think about those things, but here it is. This person that you're talking about, maybe they never thought about before, but they're confronted with a situation that, boy, they wish they did, and
right.
So next time, hopefully, they'll be prepared.
Right. Well, and he like I personally, having been robbed 4 times and having somebody rob me while I was at home twice, once. Though I wasn't living here, I was living actually in Lodi, and they came into my house while I was home. And people were like, you need a gun. I go, well, if I have a gun, I have to be willing to use it.
Yeah.
Or have it taken from me and used on me.
Right.
And I'm just saying, me personally, I'm not willing to do that. Okay. I'm not interested in doing that. Just me
personally. Decision. Sure.
Yeah. I'm not telling. I don't want to take that right away from other people, but we need to have a conversation because this is out of control. I mean, mass shootings like this. But if you take them in their totality, HBO did this documentary,
right,
where they had it was over 8,000 deaths by guns. Some of them were accidental shootings, but 8,000 deaths, and I think it was March, April, May. I think it was just 3 months. There was a documentary. I have it on. I recorded it and watched it, and everything from a little girl, that got her hands on a gun and discharged it. When I say little girl, I think she was 2 years old.
Yeah.
To 2 little boys playing, to a husband, elderly couple, been married 50 years or 60 years. He was in the bedroom cleaning the gun. The gun went off. It went through the wall and hit his wife, who was sitting on the couch, and killed her.
Yeah. That's the thing that people don't think about. Most gun deaths are self-inflicted.
Accidental.
And the majority are obviously probably suicides, but those that aren't, people shoot themselves all the time, shoot their loved ones all the time. Their kids find the gun and something horrible happens. I mean, that definitely has to be part of the discussion. And You got to hear that part before you even go out and get a gun, because the thing is, like, fireworks, right? We take all these precautions with fireworks. We only could buy them a certain amount of time of the year, and you only could have the certain kind. Why? Because of the dangers involved. Guns are infinitely more dangerous.
Yeah, and I just when we talk about the number 46 homicides in Stockton, let's look at how many people though have been shot. Let's look at the total number of people that have
casualties and wounded
that just survived but have been shot. I mean, the number is, to me, astronomical about how many. I was pulling up some data the other day, and thousands of people in San Joaquin County, and of course Stockton being the most on an annual basis. I mean, when we do shelter in place, I tell my students, I know that I might get in trouble for this, but I tell them, listen, I said, I will jump between you and that person. If somebody comes into this school and comes into this classroom, I'm going to be armed with my 3 staplers, my 3 tape dispensers, my balls. I'm going to throw everything I can at this person, and I want you to run.
Right.
You are not going to be a sitting duck. You are going to run, and you're going to run in every direction. You guys are just going to keep running, zigzag, whatever.
Right.
Because to hit a moving target is not easy.
No.
But if you're all in single file line, I mean, I'm just sitting there going, no, we're not doing that. You're scattering.
Right.
And I want you to just run and duck and,
Right, exactly.
Just move. And so...